Hi authors, I'm Tiffany Yates Martin, the founder of Foxprint Editorial, a career developmental editor, and this is Editing Quick Tips. Today I want to talk about ways that you can go through your manuscript and tighten up the verbiage a little bit. This is on the line edit level, but these are three really common areas where you might be padding your prose with unnecessary words, and tightening that up can keep it more solid. First are the unnecessary descriptor words that we don't need when we're deeply in a character's point of view. This is things like he thought, he decided, he felt, he remembered, he noticed. These are like helper words that kind of ease us in, but what they do is distance the reader from the direct experience of the character. Now it's an external narrator telling us secondhand what's happening with the character rather than putting us inside the character and letting us experience whatever the character experiences. If we're in their point of view, everything in this point of view section is their thoughts, is their noticing, is their decisions, is everything that is going through their head. So see if you can go through and see where every time you've used one of those intro phrases, do you actually need it, or is it keeping readers one level of remove from the story and the character's direct experience? The second way you can trim back is what I call useless verbiage. That's anything that we don't need because it's unnecessary or redundant or it's extraneous. In phrases like complete destruction, for example, or total overhaul, we don't need the adjective. Destruction, by definition, is complete. Overhaul is total. One that I'm hearing right now a lot is global pandemic. The definition of pandemic contains global in the definition, so we don't need that extra descriptor. But it can also be things like nodded her head, shrugged her shoulders, knelt down. With the first two, there's literally no other body part you can do that with, so we don't need the body part. With the second one, there's only one way. You kneel, which is down. There's only one way you rise, which is up, so we don't need rise up. So look for the places where you are overstating something that is already clearly established with the word itself. And finally, the third way that you can tighten up your prose is to look for redundancy. That can be on a word level. It can also be on an idea level. And I see this a lot because, I don't know, we're human beings and we want to make sure that the point is being conveyed. Trust your reader. Trust that we get it. The rule is basically one and done. So if you're saying something, two words that mean the same thing, like she had a strong, powerful voice, those both kind of mean the same thing. Pick the stronger one. Or the scene lay in sharp, well-defined light. Those two basically mean the same thing. Just pick the stronger one. But it can also be with ideas. For example, let's say you have a sentence, my father created an unpredictable household. We never knew when he came home what mood he might be in or what he might do next. And as a result, we always felt uncertain, unsure what to expect from one moment to the next. You've just said the same thing in about 3 different ways. It's often the way we communicate in dialogue in real life. But remember that that's not dialogue or narrative in fiction where you crystallize it down. But the other way I see it a lot is that within a paragraph or a scene or even within the course of the story, something will be established in a character's background or experience or something about the plot and then be established again later. If you give it to the reader once, trust that they remember, so you don't have to spoon feed. When you do, that's when we get a little bit bored. We feel like we're not as invested in the story as we could be, and readers disengage. I'm going to have more of this kind of line edit. I copy edited for about 15 years, and I've got a ton of them that can just help really tighten up your prose. So I hope these were helpful. If you have other ideas that you'd like me to address in the future, please, I'm going to put my website and email address below. You can also find on my website more resources. Subscribe to my blog and you'll get craft posts once a week. And if you like this, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe. Thanks for joining us. See you soon.